All right, so Ben, what are you playing with?
Huh?
What are you playing with?
I made a little layer, spider layer.
Right.
Yeah.
You're gonna bring spiders into the house?
A little of one.
Before you got here, that was a massive chunk of wood. He was trying to smash it in half with a screwdriver on the dining room table.
Yeah. 100
We gotta
men
figure
versus
it
one
out,
piece
though.
of wood. Who wins?
This is crazy, man. You knew we had a guest coming over. and
Well, you know
started-
what? No, here's what happened. Noah was like, "They're here. Go let them in." And that was about 35 minutes ago. And then I went and downstairs and I waited around for like 5 minutes. And then I called Noah. I was like, "What the fuck?" And then since then, I've been like, ready to launch. So I just started doing something.
Yeah, smashing wood, getting ready for a big spider.
I was on the patio or on the balcony struggling with one of those chairs. They're very hard to fold and unfold. And I felt my phone buzz. I thought you were here, so I sent Ben outside.
I think he needed a break from me, to be honest.
All right, this is good energy to lead off with as we introduce our.
And that's how you know it's a healthy friendship.
It is a real friendship.
Yeah.
I know I can be a lot, dude.
No, man, we love you. We love you just.
I'm just
the way
looking
you
at
are.
the thing like
It's cool,
just,
right?
Well, yeah, but it's just like that's gonna open so easily.
No, it's magnets. What? A spider? A spider
No,
that's
I'm
this
not saying.
big is
But
gonna.
I'm saying like, what if it knocks over? Like that's.
It's not gonna.
It's not gonna knock over.
Really?
There's no chance
They're pretty-
somebody in this
That's what I'm
room
saying.
will knock
There's
it
no
over.
chance your
There's
100-pound Great Dane
your
tail
Great
would
Dane,
ever
which
knock it
precariously.
They're strong magnets. Like
Yeah,
That's fair. All right.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
It's
sure.
a lot stronger than I thought. You proved me wrong, but still, I was like, damn, that's gonna hold a tarantula.
Yeah.
Just got a spider loose in your place.
yeah, it's not venomous. The one I got.
Our guest this week is the very funny Keaton Ford. I'm just gonna say that
Hey,
really quick.
how's it going?
Keaton, thanks for doing the podcast.
Thank you for having me. This is
Our
awesome.
guest next week will be the spider.
Yeah, I do want you to get that thing nice and healthy sized. I want
What?
to see it. Or where are you
That's what
even
she
gonna
said,
get
by
a
the way.
fucking spider? Are you just gonna find one outside?
It's in transit, bro.
You
I was gonna say,
oh,
spiders
you-
probably pretty
2
easy
steps
to
ahead.
grab. I feel like.
Yeah, but you
Spiders
ordered a
easy.
This is
spider.
America, baby. You
Yeah.
can buy a saltwater crocodile on the fucking.
You can get a
eBay right
tiger.
now.
You have a fucking.
It's this big. They send it in a box about this big,
Yeah.
and then you got to open it and find it before it gets away.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
the
If it
thing.
survives, I mean, you really
It's like
trust
the opposite of
the-
a
Did you guys,
room.
any of you ever like get one of those fake IDs from ID Chief when you were like 16, 17, 18?
No.
They would like make a fake ID, but they would send it to you from China in a purse.
You were
And
you
it's
were
exactly
the
what you're
real
saying.
life
You would,
McLovin.
dude, you would have to unstitch the purse to find it. And like, you'd be
Okay.
like, what is this?
Yeah,
and it
they're
would be
gonna-
in there. That's what they're doing with the spider.
Yeah, they're gonna send a spider and a pair of Beats headphones.
Exactly.
You're gonna have to tear the
Uh-huh.
speakers out.
That's actually smart because you know that like when you're that age,
Yeah.
like everything feels like. Anytime you're breaking the law, you feel like the CIA is coming after you.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like we used to buy shit off the Silk Road.
Oh, same.
Mm-hmm.
We had a PO box.
Yeah. How fucking like Jason Bourne did you feel going to the PO box?
You know what's crazy? You can just have people. Well, should I admit to this? You can just have people send you straight up drugs in the mail. They
Yeah.
really like they.
Yeah.
They only get caught like 5% of the time.
I've been the yeah.
I had a guy.
I'm not gonna incriminate myself.
I had a guy who was just like sending like mushrooms and weed to my
Yeah.
like home address in Los Angeles.
Totally.
Dude, I flew
lucrative.
from Arkansas to San Francisco with a tube sock full of Klonopin one time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know how many? I've brought
Hit me
Molly
again,
on the
tube
plane.
sock.
Yeah.
Remember that Skittles commercial?
Dude, that's the thing. Did you say to Mexico? Or were we
No,
flying?
from Arkansas to San Francisco.
Oh, okay. In the
Yeah.
States. I feel like, because I know so many people that have been like, yeah, I flew to Mexico with this. And they're like, yeah, dude, they don't care if you bring stuff into Mexico.
Okay.
They're like, come on, bring whatever you want. It's
Yeah.
the coming out.
Yeah.
That's where they get you.
That's
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
They call it the Klonopin corridor.
You can
Exactly.
just
Out of
if you
Mexico.
if
This
you
guy
get
came in with a pound of cocaine and left with one banana.
Yeah,
Just
right.
fucking shoot him in
Exactly.
the head.
Shoot them.
Trade,
on
dude.
site.
Yeah.
You can just get like what I would do is when I wanted to like travel with drugs, I would just like get like a little thing of like lion's mane, like the supplement pills. You just mix the drugs in with that. It goes through the fucking skin. Also, they're looking for bombs and guns.
Yeah.
They don't really care.
It's true.
Especially nowadays.
You know.
Yeah.
Dude, the guys on the CTA with the dogs, this is a hot take, right? I don't think they fucking, like, I think it's just for show. Like, I've never seen one of those guys make their dogs sit. They're all these, like, old, like, German Shepherds, and it's these, like, these dudes walking around with them, and it's like one of these dogs just started barking at me randomly when I didn't have anything fucking on me, almost like backed me into a train that was coming.
Whoa.
It was actually kind of sick because this black lady was sitting there and she totally had my back. She's like, "What are you doing? You're supposed to be on the other side of the fucking..." And she like She kept going on for like 5 minutes after he left, and like it was cool though.
That's awesome. After he left,
That
she
is
was
awesome.
still.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Because there's like the aftershock of the
Yeah. That's awesome.
That is
Yeah.
That ain't even supposed to happen to you. You white.
exactly.
You a nice tall white man.
Right, dude. Something so pure about like a public, just random,
Yeah.
like making friends with a black lady.
That is
dude. One time
beautiful.
I was getting Dunkin' Donuts there's this one Dunkin' Donuts in the train station in the Loop, and they're always super fed up because they have like dudes with newspaper up their butt coming up to them.
Yeah.
Like, could I get 3 bagels for $1 or whatever?
Yeah.
So this dude, I go up there one day, and this dude kept asking her if he could get something that wasn't $1 for $1, and she was like pissed off. And then I like did my order, and then at the end I was like, could I get it for $1? And she like cracked up, and like, I got killed with that lady.
You do have a special bond with older black women. Maybe you're supposed to.
That's my killing it at the Apollo moment.
Is just
Yeah.
the one lady at the
Yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Because it would have just imagine that times 1,000. That's what it
Yeah.
would have been like.
That's true.
That is the best,
Yeah,
though.
that is true.
When you get like a you goofy, like nothing better.
Yeah. If she wasn't trapped in the little thing, she would have walked around the block probably.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I just get up to the counter and ask for somebody else. Can I talk to the manager, please?
Yeah, just pretend not to see her. It's terrible, dude. A passive aggressive racist. Could you imagine?
Yeah. I mean,
Just giving minorities the silent treatment. Wait
many,
until they catch on.
many such cases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what David Duke does, honestly. Have you ever seen? He's
Yeah, I
like
think I just reinvented Jim Crow for myself. That's
You
basically
know.
what that is, right? Wait, David Duke, that's the
He's the
KKK
leader
guy,
of the
right?
KKK.
Yeah.
He's a catty guy.
He is.
He's a caddy.
Dude, he looks like a doll that's getting older. Do you know?
Yeah,
Have you ever
yeah.
seen? He looks crazy.
One of the best castings of all time was that.
Topher Grace.
Was Topher Grace as
Yeah.
David Duke. That
Yeah.
was perfect. That was so good.
David Duke is awesome because like he's on the record. He's like, I've never said that. I would never say the N word. I have no hatred for black people. I just want them out of the country. Like,
Yeah.
he's one of the. He's so crazy.
Well, that's
dude.
the tact. They're like, I'm not hateful. I'm reasonable. You know, this isn't This isn't coming from some crazy guy.
Yeah.
You know.
It's coming from me, a guy with a straw, a toupee made of straw and
Yes.
piercing blue eyes, and a beard that I appear to have drawn on with makeup.
Yeah, dude. He
not
looks
gonna
like all of his skin's being held back with paper clips. You know, he looks insane.
He looks so bad.
When you said David Duke at first, I was like, totally. And my mind went to Charlie Kirk. And that's when I was like, oh, yeah, same guy, right? I was like thinking, like, wait, what?
Yeah.
That's another. All these guys, all these guys have fucked up heads.
I feel
It's
like
Charlie
the-
Kirk-
Charlie
insane.
Kirk is like the Squirtle to David Duke's
Entirely.
Blastoise.
Yes.
Yeah.
If he wasn't doing what he's doing, he's like a preacher at a megachurch
Yeah.
somewhere.
What's that? Your edgelord is evolving.
Yeah, exactly.
Charlie Kirk, dude. Charlie Kirk's head is so crazy. I want to fucking bop that thing with my
Sometimes
fist.
I don't like
You wanna
Charlie
fuck
Kirk,
him?
but sometimes the person he's talking to in the video is more retarded.
But
See,
then-
that's a good strategy.
Yes, but that's
If
intentional.
you just find no, I'm just saying it's a good strategy because it's like you take somebody who I don't agree with them on any of the things, but you have them
well, that's the
juxtaposed
tactic.
against somebody more. You just got to find someone more retarded.
I know,
than
but
you.
that's why it's so evil because like he shows up to like they cherry pick like the most like nervous, not even uninformed college kids, just like college kids who like aren't ready to have that conversation. You know what I mean?
It's most.
And then also, by the
I don't
way,
think they have to look that hard.
he says a bunch of shit that's not
Seriously.
true too. He was like he was telling this girl how easy it was to like he was like, if you don't have a place to live, just go apply for Section 8 housing. It's easy. It's like the wait lists for Section 8 housing are like decades long. It's so hard to get.
That's the tactic, right? You just throw statistics that don't even make sense, and
Yeah.
people are like, that's credible. What? You know that 80% of whatever happens?
You
Like,
said
that's
a number
crazy.
quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
I love Charlie Kirk. Watching him change the subject when he doesn't know the answer to
true.
something.
Yeah.
It's because somebody will come up. He's like, "That's a great question. What does your shirt say?" That's really crazy. I
Be like,
can't
what does
even
your
read
father
it.
think of you doing this to me right now, right? It always brings it back to that. What do your parents think of me right now, right?
I like watching him lose it and call people gay. Too. He does
my
that a
God.
lot.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, is this shattering your view of Charlie Kirk?
No.
You're like, I thought he was an honest, even-keeled debater. I felt that he was.
No, I think that dude's a dumb. He's literally going and arguing with children.
Yeah.
And
Well,
like,
it's also not only that, like, we're seeing like the 60-second edited, right? Like, think about what they're doing. They're probably making people stand in their line for hours. It's college campus. It's probably hot, right?
is
like,
funny.
They're
Yeah.
probably cherry picking, like having people interview them in line. Like, who's going to say the craziest shit that he can dunk on? Right?
Here's my reality. This is my truth. I think that wherever I'm like liberal. I check all the liberal boxes in terms of, but like something about those SJW getting owned videos just fucking hits. It slaps, dude.
It's designed
And we can. I think we're at a point as a country where we've been through enough that we can just admit it. It's like, can we laugh at them? Like everybody.
Do you know what the saddest thing about all this is? I know that if I ever got into a conversation with Charlie Kirk, he would mentally dominate me.
Yeah.
He would make me look so stupid.
Yeah. And I could just see I could see you imploding.
I would lose my mind. Well, I would resort to physical violence.
Yeah.
I would just start smiling and shaking my head like I knew something he did to kind of feel like I won the conversation.
Oh yeah, I would start threatening that I was going to visit him.
There you go. Just throw it back to him.
So
What do your
naive.
parents think about you, right? Like, just take his psychology back on him.
Just flick him in the gums.
Oh, now we're talking.
Yeah.
I would. That is like all my like. Whenever if somebody's even like bests me marginally, like like verbally or whatever, then I immediately take to like I'm going to tie him up and do something awful to him. They'll never find all of his body. Like that's. And it would be, and you can do that to Charlie Kirk. It's okay.
I think we'd hit it off.
You enjoy it. Yeah, you would.
So yeah, but I can mold myself like that. You ever like that comes from working like minimum wage jobs in kitchens and factories and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Is you realize you're like, oh, I'm gonna be next to this dude for 8 hours, so let's go down whatever his wormhole. It's flat Earth today, baby.
You're like, fuck it, dude. I know I can.
So I can do that, dude.
I can mind meld with Hector the Guatemalan.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I can just not bring up the fact that I'm Jewish and see how far the conversation goes.
And it's not that hard because all you have to do is listen to the most insane advice you've ever heard. Like it's a good idea. That's all that takes.
You know what though?
Like
Yeah.
when you're having sex with a woman, you have to do it like on your side.
Yeah,
because
like-
that way, like or if you
I think that is who you should get your advice from though, from the bottom.
But this is my problem. I become so submerged, like that it happens to me. Like I kind of do. Whoever I'm around, I will lose my perspective on like what's reasonable. So if I'm in the back with the fucking, with Hector who survived a machete attack in Guatemala before he came here, and he's giving me advice on like how to keep a woman in line, I'll start living in that world.
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll like internalize that. I'll take it home.
Well, he's probably giving you
alter
some
how
game.
I'm talking to.
yeah.
Dude, if you there's always here's the thing is that there's a bunch of like really sketchy dudes, but there's always one of them who's like the Morgan Freeman. There's a guy at my job right now who is like he's like done like hard time, real like
Right.
but sweetest fucking guy ever. Just like brings his own shit to work to make us food that's not on the menu. Like smokes me out all the fucking time. Like just
nice.
the fucking coolest. And it's
That
like,
is always the archetype in the kitchen. There's that guy, and then there's always like I think what you're saying too. Like there's always the guy that somehow gets laid, even though he's disgusting, like terrible to women, right? Like hates every, and then you're just like, how are? And he'll come in and he'll tell you this story, and you're like, how did you do that? You know what I mean? Like there's always that guy too.
three
There's a
words:
guy-
line, cook, dick.
Yeah,
Dude, line cook.
truly.
There
That was
was
a
a-
line cook for us. His name was Nick.
Line cook's always. There was a line cook at the steakhouse
You
I
had
worked
barista
at.
dick.
Who?
Yeah.
Barista dick.
It's
It was
no
good.
good.
No, it was good.
It's more sensitive. It's more
Yeah.
in tune with its feelings.
No,
Right?
trust me.
Dude.
Its steam comes out of the end.
Line cooks. Line cooks always fuck like the hottest, youngest waitress, and they always have like this like they fall like head over heels in love with them, and then the relationship ends after 4 months, and then he's just in the back, just like fucking cutting meat, pretending that it's her.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, dude, there was one like, and you
Very
knew it was.
specific.
Well, this guy Adam.
Line cooks are always dating girls named Shelly who break their heart and then they fucking fuck another guy at their job.
I probably shouldn't tell this story because I already said, but like he fell in love with like the youngest waitress.
So it was a specific
Yeah, so it
story.
is.
I was
Yes,
just-
yeah,
it is
oh, yeah,
pulling
yeah.
from very
Yeah,
specific.
this
Yes.
is, of course.
you framed it as though like I hate when the yeah. All right,
No,
let's
no,
hear
no,
it. I
that's
wanna
what-
hear
Before
it.
you tell the story, so was the
It's
waitress
humorous to be general.
Was the
that's
waitress of age, or is this an illegal thing you're about to tell?
she was like 19 or
Okay.
something, but he was like 38. So
Also, yeah,
it was
crazy.
crazy.
Still crazy.
Crazy. And they were having like I don't know. You could tell he never got a lot of pussy before he started working in a
Sure.
kitchen, and also I don't think he ever
Nobody respected me before the knife, right?
I
That's what he was saying. Nobody respected me before I marinated the barbacoa.
He's like, want to know how I got these scars? It's like on his finger.
He also seemed like a guy who had only ever fucked coworkers. You know what I
Okay.
mean? It's like because like once you're like the thing about working in a restaurant is like it's your life.
It's your nightlife
Yeah.
too. I mean, you're working
It's
dinner
everything.
shift. You can't. Yeah. What are you doing?
You literally like step into a portal that you don't get that you step
Yeah.
out of like 40 years later.
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? But no, dude, they was like he was holding her in the back and I walked in on him holding her like against his body, singing "Take Me to Church" by Hosier.
Whoa.
It's crazy.
No,
it was
dude.
fucking
So-
crazy.
Dude, the song really adds the level.
Take me to church.
Dude, he
But
went,
it being that
oh,
song-
baby, take me to church.
Can we, as an experiment,
I
let's
I
try
went
and think of a
straight
better
into the
song.
freezer. I was
Oh,
like, they do
man.
not know him.
Let's try and think of a
You
song.
had to go to the freezer to torque down. You were just so rock hard after seeing it.
Like, this is
What song could he have been singing where it would have been cool? Because there is a song that he could have been singing that would have been cool. Because
What-
"Take
what-
Me to Church" is probably the gayest thing he could have been singing.
The circus song. He was going da 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 da.
And just shaking her, shaking her by the head.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But it's funny because it's like that's like a guy where it's like his whole thing. He's a line cook, so like he mean mugs you, acts like a tough guy, and
Yeah.
then like you get a glimpse of like, oh, that's what you think a good, cool song is. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you went
Yeah.
with in this moment is "Take Me to Church."
Well,
Yeah.
that's like a 38-year-old who fucks 19-year-olds.
Who works at
that's
the
what
kitchen,
He's
yeah.
like, all right, she's gonna get this one. I'm gonna sing "Sail" by
true.
A-Ball Nation, and she's gonna.
Nick, you
love
forgot Jelly Roll hadn't hit the scene yet. Jelly Roll was still in prison. So
Oh my god. Dude,
because
sing, I would love to. Oh my god, I would love to sing Jelly Roll to a fucking to a woman 20 years younger than me.
that's a dream right there, brother. Just acoustic Jelly Roll at the party. No more Wonderwall.
Somebody save me. Dude, those every time I listen to I'll listen to Jelly Roll and I'll be like, I gotta get my life together. I'm like, I am at a dead end. I'm dealing OxyContin. What's happening to me, dude?
Or you feel lifted out of a hole that you weren't in. to
No,
begin
I
with?
feel like when I listen to Jelly Roll, I actually feel like I'm in more trouble than it makes me feel like I'm like one of those people, you know.
He's just saying inspirational, nice. I think that's a you thing.
no,
Dude, I feel like he's like the Goggins of music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's like, brother, I used to be a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And you look at him, you're like, well, you're still 400 pounds. Like you know what I mean? Like I
You're
don't
a
know. Do you
mess.
really have it figured out?
He's killing
Like,
it. Dog. He's one of those dudes where I wish I fucked with his music more.
for
'cause
sure.
I like what he's doing.
Totally. But
Now-
like he's like, I
Him
was
and
addicted,
Cosby,
I
I
went to
like
jail.
them off stage.
Pull yourself out of this, brother. And like that's everybody.
No,
Like
because
he's just
when
hit that wave.
I get the same feeling like when I listen to like Pink, like as I do with Jelly
Yeah.
Roll, where it's like if you like this, it means you're a 14-year-old girl who cuts herself.
I used to have
And
a
that's-
huge crush on Pink, dude. I still kind of low key.
My girl went to a Pink concert. She said it was one of the best concerts she's ever been to.
Because Pink, she's talented,
Yeah,
dude.
she does
She's
the
got
whole
that
aerial
butch
thing. Have you seen
It's
it?
that little that slight lesbian out of reachness. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When they have a short
She's-
haircut and
yeah.
kind of a
straight,
thick
but-
neck, and you're like, she
yeah,
wouldn't.
she is
and that makes
straight
me
because
want-
she did that thing.
She's
where
married
she,
to the dirt bike guy. What's
No,
his
I
name?
know.
Brian
Carey
Regan?
Hart.
Carey Hart. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Brian
yeah.
Regan, the dirt.
No, what's his name? Not the comic Brian Regan. There's some sort of Regan who's a motocross guy. I
rode
forget his
dirt
name.
bikes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, oh my wife,
yeah.
there's Pink.
Charlie Kirk. That's who she's married to.
Okay, Charlie Kirk.
Could you imagine Brian?
Hey,
Regan as
Pink,
Charlie?
want
I
a
know
piece of
she's-
gum?
Brian
I know
Regan with
she-
Pink would be wild.
I know she's straight because she went to that LGBT conference during Pride Month, and then she went up to the stand. The first thing she said was, "I'm gay," and everybody started clapping. And she goes, "Well, I'm actually not, but it would be great. It would be normal if
That's
I was.
so sick.
It
That's
wouldn't be a big deal."
what an opener.
Yeah, dude.
Oh man.
I can't co-sign Pink.
You can't
sorry.
co-sign Pink?
I
What
can't
did Pink
I
do?
think because
First Yami Park, now Pink, dude.
I just can't co-sign 30.
Maybe
years
you just
of
hate women.
horrible music. Well, I mean, I hate. There are women who deserve to be hated, like Pink and Yeonmi Park.
I like firmly
What-
disagree with your Pink take. to
what
be
did
quite
Pink-
I
yeah,
honest.
what
really
did
don't
Pink
like
do?
Pink.
There's a
I-
documentary on Amazon Prime. You should watch it. Really eye opening.
Well, yeah. I mean, listen, you can make
She's
a
great
documentary.
mother.
You can make.
She's
looks
great
like,
wife.
you know-
Oh,
great musician.
Great. You don't get points for being
She
a good
just wants
mom.
to have fun. Never had a scandal. She just wants to have fun.
She looks like if a pit bull
The
was a pretty
scandal is
girl.
her music.
Yeah, she makes mom music.
Yeah.
It's
What's
mom
wrong with
music.
that?
The music's bad. I said that's the same. Like I was saying, Jelly Roll too. Like it
Yeah.
seems like Jelly Roll's like a methy Tony Robbins. dude.
Anybody that makes top 40 music is legitimately bad music. I mean,
now, yeah, but used to be not
for
be
sure.
that.
But I'm saying like, now
Yeah.
that falls in it, it's just bad music.
Is there anyone in the top 40 now who's
Oh,
good?
Harry Styles makes pretty
Yeah,
good
dude.
music.
All right, that's fair.
Harry
Well,
Styles actually
okay,
makes
he
some
made
really good
one
ones.
one good song.
No, you did a couple of them.
As
But
it
here,
was.
how about this,
And that's
right?
just
As it was-
it's good because it's a stroke song. Let's be honest.
But how about
Yeah,
this?
yeah,
Jelly
yeah.
Roll drops a song, it's going to hit the top 40 because Jelly Roll dropped a new song, right?
Yeah,
so like
yeah.
people like that is what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
like
But there's-
traditionally bad music.
there's that kind of shitty top 40 music that I can tolerate. Like it's like I don't know.
I mean, yeah, there's always going to be people who break through where it's like the intersection of like tastefulness and like it's engineered.
Yeah, I mean, Billie Eilish is talented objectively.
Yeah.
Like,
That's fair.
very talented.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga has
Yeah.
some
I
really
do
good
love
ones.
Lady Gaga.
I like, dude.
Yeah.
You know what my kind of hot take is? Because I don't know if you guys will agree with me on this. I'm a Cardi fan. I'm a stan
Cardi
for
B.
Cardi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I haven't for like since she kind of popped off
Pops,
originally
yeah.
because I just love the Bronx like accent. And
Well,
I
we
like,
listened to her album when we were working in the kitchen.
yeah,
when we were
I
doing
want
line
to get
cook shit.
married like the Curry, Steph and Aisha
Yeah.
shit. And then when she went on SNL and she's pregnant and she did the song about Offset cheating on her. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I have nothing bad to say about Cardi. I like
Okay, this is
Cardi.
the first time that's gone
Yeah.
uncontested because usually people are like Nicki Minaj.
Well, I mean, yeah, they're both good. I mean, both of them. I don't really feel. It's not my realm, you know. It's like I enjoyed Nicki Minaj, I enjoyed Cardi B, but I'm not gonna like get into the feud, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a feud.
There's, I guess, because
Yeah.
they're both they kind of are like doing a similar thing.
The black thing.
Well,
Well, I think that they were like,
okay, I'm
they're
kidding.
like on the.
Don't do that.
They're like on
Don't
the chick
react
that,
like I wasn't kidding.
They're like on the chick that
Everybody
raps
gets
with the
real
big butt,
quiet.
right?
Yeah.
That's their
Let's
lane.
start doing that whenever Ben says something racist.
I'll
Let's all
fucking-
get real quiet
Yeah.
for a minute.
I'll walk in the trap.
Get a jar, put $1 in.
I'll jump off that balcony and just break both my ankles.
I mean, what I mean, it's wrong. I shouldn't do it, but like, cause I'll say something wildly racist and out of pocket, and then Ben will do it. I'll be like, Ben, what are you doing? Come on, man.
yeah.
Clean it up.
Are you trying to get us in trouble?
Hey.
Anyway, African voice for 10 minutes.
Dude, that was fun.
That was great, dude.
That was a good time.
I got a text from. I got. in
It did
trouble
feel like
for-
seeing your parents curse, though. Sorry, I keep interrupting.
You got a text?
I got a text from somebody. Well, I think somebody texted my girlfriend that I did African voice. And then I got a text. Like,
Really?
She was
yell?
like, she was like, "Are you doing African voice
She
on
give
your
you
podcast?"
a stern talking
She
to.
was just like, "Don't do." She was like,
Nicholas, what did we say about the pod?
I did. She
better not come back on
she
me and my
literally
music.
said- that is the exact conversation that we had.
Brother, I've been there.
And she said, "You told me that you were being good." But that's okay.
Define good.
Oh my god.
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
Well, that's
My favorite
that's-
one. My
we love
favorite
that.
Africa core is
Africa core.
that's what it's called. Right?
The lady.
I'm not right.
Are you talking about the lady who said he's like, "Oh, you're not gay. I am an African queen. I will,
There's
ma-
a, well,
I
there's
will
a
make
whole,
you not gay."
Yeah, there's a whole thing, and it'll just say it says Africa core, and it'll be like, "Doosh," and it'll be one clip, and then it'll be like, "Doosh," and it'll be another. You've seen it,
no.
really?
No, I haven't
No,
seen
I
it.
haven't seen that either.
But my favorite one is he goes like, what is your gender, or to the guy, and he's like, I'm a mechanic. The best shit ever.
That's awesome. Yeah. You ever watch those like African, like I think they call it like Wakaliwood? Or there's like there are all these like African low budget movies that are made, but like they just like have the spirit of like cinema.
Yeah.
There's a documentary about it I think called Wakaliwood. And dude,
jazzy.
these guys are making the coolest movies you've ever fucking seen.
And they've got CGI with like Doom graphics. Yeah.
It's,
I feel like
it's
at
all
the
like
begin-
After Effects.
Yeah, in the
like-
beginning, it's like animals were harmed in the making of this.
Oh yeah, dude.
Many animals were harmed. What if we just did Africa voice throughout this entire episode as well?
I'm gonna not do it this episode, but I'll do. I'm gonna hold off on it. I'm gonna bank it, and then we will do an episode maybe for a holiday where we talk as African guys the whole time.
Can that? What if
we'll
that
have
was?
Keaton back
Why are you gonna wait for a holiday?
Yeah.
for an appropriate.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, what's the appropriate holiday
can
that
be
you
our
do
game.
African voice for? Rank them. Top one, top three.
Kwanzaa's up there for sure.
Yeah, that's a low hanging fruit.
Kwanzaa's up there. What would a good holiday to observe African voice be?
I feel like
Do the Nation of Islam guys have a holiday?
Ramadan.
Ramadan. We'll do it. We'll do
We'll do it on Ramadan.
Isn't Ramadan
let's-
Arabic?
Well, yeah, I know, but Nation of Islam are they like? Yeah, because I guess they think that they're.
Oh, I guess I see what you're saying.
It's so. Let me. Okay, so
you should
there's-
just do it every day of
so
February.
there's. You know what's funny? There's Nation of Islam and there's the Black Israelites.
Yeah.
So it's like there's two separate
Speak
groups
on
of
it.
black people who are like, we're the real Muslims, we're the real, and they just recreated the Middle East like conflict within the black community.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I guess I never really thought about that till right
Yeah,
now.
it's like the whole world is a fractal. You know?
Oh man.
Oh man.
Would you be a black Israelite or a Nation of Islam if you had to pick?
I am a black Israelite.
Black Israelites are the coolest
It's a
guys.
state
They're
of mind.
cool.
They're awesome.
Yeah, dude.
You just gotta, think you're Jewish and hate women.
Those ones that claim
their
that they're the
tenets?
real.
They're the real Jews.
Yeah,
They're-
Semites.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Come on, dude. You can't be good at sports and be Jewish. It's not. You can't dunk and then wear a fucking yarmulke. That's kind of. I think that's at our core. We are. What in Game of Thrones the Ironborn are like. We do not sow. That's the Jewish slogan. We do not dunk.
We do not know. You guys wish you could though. You're
Yeah.
obsessed with the NBA.
With the NBA.
With the NBA, you guys love basketball.
Well, that's who buys our jewelry.
Whew.
Next question.
You're out of your mind for this one, Ben. Oh, dude, you know what I wrote this. I don't know if this is interesting to talk about at all, but it blew my mind today. I was walking and I saw a bird pull, like, I'd only seen this in cartoons. I saw a bird pull a worm out of the ground.
I saw two
seen that
birds
before.
eat two this morning.
Crazy.
I saw two birds eat two worms.
But not just like it was like it yanked on the worm stretched out like an
Yeah.
accordion, and then like it got loose and the bird got it again. And I was like, I thought this was shit was like from Looney Tunes. I did not know.
Wow.
And then I started thinking about worms, and I just
It's like me trying to jerk off on Adderall.
Dude, that reminds me. The other week, I saw a guy try to move a piano, and it fell on his head, and his teeth were just keys. So
No,
his teeth were just keys. So
I didn't expect. I was like, oh my God, what happened to this guy?
that's crazy. Just cartoon shit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was like borderline unrelated, and I was just like what? Like, damn, dude, you've been keeping that in for a week.
I've just been putting that in the back pocket.
It was incredible watching Noah's just unwavering belief.
No,
Oh
but
my God.
Did you guys see the video of the Cubs Pirates? The guy that jumped out of his seat.
No, what happened?
You didn't see this?
No.
Dude, I don't know
wait.
if you have the video or you can pull it up. Some guy at the Pirates Stadium sitting first row in the outfield.
He fell off.
Yeah, he fell
I heard
like
about
25
that.
feet.
I need to see the
and
video.
it's just playing on the internet. You're like,
Yeah.
this is crazy.
I need to see
Did
the
he?
video.
Is he?
He's fine. He's fine. I mean,
he's-
fine in the sense he's alive.
He's
He was in a
alive.
coma, but
Oh my God.
yeah, it was nuts.
He went man overboard.
Literally.
Yeah.
It looked fake. It looked like AI. And it got me because on Twitter now, you see a video and you're like, there's no way this is real.
Yeah.
It's got to be a meme. It's got to be whatever. And then sure enough, you're like, holy shit, ESPN just tweeted this, whatever. This just happened.
This is real.
Yeah.
They made him walk the plank. I got kicked off the Pirates t-ball team as a kid. Bad
yeah.
sportsmanship.
Bats, but I believe that.
Yep. I flipped a kid's hat off.
What T-baller has good sportsmanship?
I think I could have
though?
been good too. I think they should have just molded me into,
Yeah.
like a pissed off baseball, but they just kicked.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
got
They
kicked
gave
off-
up on you too early. You had
I got kicked off the
potential.
Pirates t-ball team and the Cardinals. And
Damn.
I remember both because it stung. They folded up my uniform all dramatic and shit and
Yeah.
left it on my door.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And the Cardinals
As a
was
kid- so
after
T-ball,
I had
you're like
gotten kicked
6,
off the
7?
Pirates. I'd gotten kicked off the Pirates, and this is my second chance at T-ball. And then I
Relax.
I
She's
think
mad
I was,
that it happened.
I was
Yeah.
cussing too much. I was saying like,
Oh, like a real baseball player.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
So you were too. That's the problem. Is the league was too little for you. For you, I was bad. I got the. I still remember my dad's face. I was awarded best personality at the end of the.
Okay.
I got one of those.
That's
Where-
tough.
It's tough, dude. Well, because I didn't.
Best personality. That's like we need an award for this kid that's clearly not deserving of an award.
It's you don't want to get the award. I was like, when I got it, I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I was like, I have the best person. That's huge. And then on the drive home, my father was like, you should be ashamed of yourself. He was
Like
like,
Nick.
what are you smiling about?
I got a similar one.
That's so
with the
sad.
award.
He threw it away. He did throw the award away.
Oh my
Yeah, that's
gosh.
basically like the doesn't know he's retarded.
Yeah.
Award.
Well, I got best attitude because,
Nice.
and it was a passive aggressive trophy because the little league coach hated my dad.
Oh,
They got in a
man.
fight
Oh,
at a.
nice.
They got in a. They almost got
Despite
in
your
a fist
father, you
fight.
had a good attitude, is what it was. It was one of those.
No,
Well,
it
no,
was
it's-
It was like I was shit at swinging.
Yeah.
So he said but he's always happy to do it, and and then we had an overnight field trip like a year later, and he knocked my dad's hat off his head or something, or
That's some
like,
playground
good move,
shit.
dude.
It is.
like
He riles him
wild
up.
shit.
That is nuts.
Yeah, this guy was a fucking lunatic. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of two different guys. Never mind. This was a different guy, but yeah, the dads, all the parents were mean to my parents.
Dude, watching parents fight, like especially when you become like aware of it when you're around like 10, you're like,
Yeah.
this is insane.
Yeah.
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 Dude, look, sports,
Totally. On the sport. Yeah.
We got in a fight, in a mud fight after a football game once, and the coach was like yelling at us. We were in like 7th grade.
Yeah.
And one of my friend's dads, he was like kind of like a cool young dad, like marriage falling apart, like hair gel.
Yeah.
And he was yelling at the coach. He was like, "Come on, coach, it's football." And the coach was like, "I don't care." And I was like, "Fucking fight, dude."
My cousin played Little League. He was from a town where like they were very good. Like always like went up through like the Little League World Series stuff. Like never made it to like the TV, but in like the Illinois State Championship, the ump like blew a call or something happened. A dad went onto the field and beat up the teenage umpire. Like, he went to jail. It was a huge thing. Yeah. The kid was banned from Little League and everything. It was fucking insane.
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
The dad beat the fuck out of this umpire.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, people
In cleats
like,
is too. Yeah.
like, I understand, like, this Zach is gonna hate this is a corny take, but I'm like, the way people lose their mind over if it's a professional team, maybe I understand it more, but it's like, brother, what are you doing? It's fucking middle school
arguing
football.
and shit? Yeah.
Just going onto the field. I'm like, people, I don't know, people need God.
Well, major league stuff too. Like,
it's also stupid, right?
I have a friend who I've watched throw a pool cue in a crowded bar over a basketball game. It gets wild. People get pretty nuts.
Is that gambling though? Is that because he missed a bet?
No, it was just a big moment.
The worst
for
is
us.
like
we lost.
The worst is when
Yeah.
that person is like in your group.
Yeah.
I don't like when one person just like decides we're all gonna have to fight somebody. Like
Yeah.
and like yeah, dude, it's like fuck. All right, well, I
What are
wasn't
those-
planning on.
What are those guys so mad about? Do they have small dicks? Do they get no pussy? Are they mad that they like married like a 5?
They're mad they got
The
pushed out of the
dads?
sports.
Well, no, just
Or
like
just in
guys
general?
who like lose their shit over like sports.
I think it's just like you get so into it. I mean, it's just a thing that you live vicariously in.
Well,
you
also,
know,
a lot of
Right,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Because like none of like your shit didn't work out. So
Also,
now
a
you
lot
have
of them
to-
have money on it. Like
Yeah.
you know, that,
Well,
think it's just-
that's one thing.
I think it's just like, that's it.
yeah.
Like we do comedy,
yeah.
so we're kind of like whatever about sports, right?
Yeah.
Like obviously some people still care about it, but like before I started doing stand up, I was not losing it in the bar, but I'd be like,
Yeah.
holy fuck, they lost. Like this
Yeah.
ruins everything.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Like, I might not even go
home
out
and-
this weekend now.
Go get a
Yeah.
Big Mac. You
After-
can do anything.
Right, but
That's
when you
cool.
don't have
Yeah.
anything else, that's it,
Yeah.
right?
That's-
Like
people have to.
after I
people
watched
need to
Bill Burr at
meditate.
Live at Red Rocks, I threw a pool cue at a bar.
That's how could you let that ruin your week? Go get some pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Don't cheat on your wife.
you did that as a closer, Bill? What the fuck?
Yeah.
You fucking idiot.
My week's ruined.
I had money on this. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I wish the cool thing about all that shit, because I don't know anything about sports except like UFC, which is like too hardcore. You know, that can't be your only. But that's just a way to talk to any dude about something instantly. You know what I mean?
Dude, I was
true.
watching. I fantasized about getting like into like I was in a Shake Shack one time, and they had I think they had the Ocho. They had like one of it was the Ocho. They had there was the ESPN. Is that ESPN 8?
That's in dodgeball. That's fake.
It's fit. No, literally, there's an ESPN called the Ocho. That is real, isn't it?
So now in ESPN 8?
I could have.
There's ESPN 2, ESPN News.
No, because it was.
Like Telemundo.
Is there an actual ESPN 8, the Ocho?
I swear to God, it's. I mean, unless.
Was it a show hosted by a Chad Ocho?
He was watching dodgeball.
Yeah,
Like,
just
dude, I
watching
should get
the
into
movie.
ESPN.
No, because that's not where the.
Holy shit, Vince Vaughn is an athlete?
Yo, ESPN the Ocho is a special block program showcasing seldom seen obscure sports that airs on ESPN.
Oh, damn. Okay,
it was
crazy.
real.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
guess probably from the.
I retract the statement. I retract it.
It was fucking like professional pillow fighting.
Oh, no fucking
It was
way.
professional pillow fighting, and like it was like a pretty full. Like these guys were in an octagon, like UFC, and like there were audience. And I'm like, what if I got into this?
You know what rips is fucking gambling on professional ping pong on DraftKings.
Weren't you-
It hits like crack, dude.
No, that's
because
true.
you the odds rocket back and forth constantly, and the matches are only like 10 minutes long. So you start off, you just take the worst bet. And it's basically a 50-50 on whether you're going to get, like, crazy odds.
bet
That's why
on every
ping pong
point.
is fun because it can turn around so fast.
You can't.
Yeah.
I think you can, but if you just go money line on who's going to win, on whoever's got the worst odds, it's pretty much 50-50 on whether or not you're going to get, like, a multiplier of 10
Yeah.
payout, you know? Like,
It's not bad.
It's pretty crazy.
I will. The gayest version of that is my friends and I. We used to watch this thing on Twitch called Salty Bet.
Okay.
If you guys don't know what Salty Bet is this. It's nobody's actually playing. It's all automated. It's like all like computer run, like AI. It's this fighting game program where you can upload any character, even ones you made up. They're super scuffed. It's like sometimes you'll see like fucking Ryu from Street Fighter fighting a photorealistic version of Barney.
Oh, that
and,
rules.
and, right, and you bet money on who's gonna win. It's such a bad idea because like they're just some of them are programmed to be like
Oh, yeah.
insanely like they can just do anything.
It's like real life celebrity deathmatch.
It's like- yeah,
or
oh,
AI celebrity deathmatch.
But it's even it's more insane than that though because people are really like betting money on it.
Yeah.
That's what, yeah.
The thing is you can bet on anything.
Yeah.
It's like betting money on the end of a TV show. It's like somebody already wrote this.
Well, I mean, it's really like it's like a slot machine, but with like it's more unfair.
You know what I think
Yeah.
is cooler? I think is cooler than that is like in Asia they have the same kind of gambling culture, but they are like fighting praying mantises and shit. That's I would
that
be
is
a
cool.
sports guy if it was
Yeah.
mantis
Have
fighting.
you guys been to Tin Lizzy, the bar in Chicago?
No.
They
I
do
love that band, Tin
turtle
Lizzy.
races every
Oh,
Friday.
turtle
damn,
races?
You bet
that's
money
cool
on it.
as
Yeah,
fuck.
Dude, we should go bet.
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
that.
I want to go bet on turtles.
It's sick.
Can you,
Yeah.
you sneak a little coke? You give a little bump of coke to the turtle.
Maybe. I don't know if that would help the turtle.
Boof it.
I think turtles need pizza, right? Isn't that what the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Hey,
need?
pizza. Could you
A little
imagine?
They were
pepperoni?
coked up. I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
for sure.
Could you imagine executing your turtle after it lost?
It wouldn't be execution. It would be for dishonor.
Sepulchre.
Yeah, for
Sepulchre.
dishonoring the family.
I would. Yeah, that
You
would.
do it with a gun.
I'm saying you do it with a
Can you
gun.
imagine it executing? Dude, I
It
had a-
ricochets.
It shoots you in the face.
Yeah,
You're like,
right.
"Ah, fuck."
I had a friend who bought a pet rat that ended up it was dying, and it was dying kind of slowly, and the way he wanted to put it down was with a fucking airsoft gun.
Jesus
Would that even
Christ.
kill it?
I don't think so.
No,
dude.
of course not.
Well, what's worse is he brought it back to the pet shop, and we gave it to like she was obviously on bars, like she was zanned out of her fucking mind. She just took it and shoved it in the freezer and shut it, and let it fucking freeze out in there.
What
dude.
the fuck, dude?
It was
It's a
wild.
hard life being a rat, dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
Bottom of the food chain, 2-year lifespan max.
I had a buddy in college who lived with guys who, two of them had a ferret,
Okay.
and the third guy fucking hated it. He couldn't
Those things
stand it.
stank, dude.
That's what he
They're-
said.
they
It like
smell
got in his
bad.
laundry. It was always like shitting, pissing
Yep.
because they just let it run. Dude, he fucking tried to secretly kill. I mean, he did kill, but he tried to secretly kill the ferret by putting bleach in the water.
Whoa!
And when that didn't kill it, he took the ferret by its tail and beat it to death on the
Whoa.
fucking ground. Yeah, yeah.
No
You know
way,
what?
dude.
I love animals, and that's like bone chilling.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
What do
like,
you mean? But at the same
He also,
time,
but
what on
also,
earth are
we,
you going to
we
say?
know this because he admitted to it.
Yeah,
he
dude.
was
Wow.
like, I fucking hated that thing, and I'll do it. I would do it again.
But
he
here's
goes,
all I'm
no
saying.
regrets.
That's
For most,
insane.
Yeah.
for most of human history, up until probably like the 80s,
Yeah.
I think that was like what's scary is that was like a completely normal thing for a dude to do. Like think about the.
Grabbing a ferret and then like
No, but-
fucking
Yeah, I was
whacking
gonna
its
say.
head into the
It's
floor.
not even.
I mean,
yours.
we're detached from like shit, but like the dudes who were like settling the West and on farms and all this shit had to eat their cousin because they got stuck on a mountain. Like those types, that was most
I
of
see what you're saying.
humanity.
Survival,
So the
killing
idea
animals.
of just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they'd be like, yeah, a ferret was pissing me off and I smashed its skull. That's like just a normal guy shit.
Yeah, but
like,
this is
Yeah.
a guy who's probably like a manager at a Starbucks now, and he's like
He's got a kid now. I mean,
But
yeah, he has a
that's-
child.
Yeah.
that's why I'm coming around. That's
Good old
my point.
evolutionary biology, Ben.
Yeah.
I can always count on. Listen, we're hard coded to poison ferrets and beat them to death,
And now we work as managers at Starbucks. No wonder the world's
You know,
fucked.
and we're
It's
not
either-
supposed to have just one mate. Okay,
Yeah.
we're supposed to kill ferrets and fuck
No,
and
yeah.
spread our seed.
I'm not a ferret killer. Yeah.
no, that is so fucking crazy.
It's not yours. That's like my big thing is like, brother, it's not yours. This is
Yeah.
not your pet.
I think it's crazier. He admitted to it.
That's-
like
yeah,
nobody
that's
knew.
insane.
Nobody knew. They're just like, oh my god, the ferret died. That's crazy. He fucking goes, I would do it again. I fucking love seeing the blood. We're like,
Wow.
this is fucked up, dude.
Could you imagine seeing the ferret
No, there's some dudes like that.
smashed, and you're like, I wonder what happened. Maybe did it fall?
Wasn't I saying
Yeah.
on the other episode that I had a friend in high school who strangled his cat because he
Yeah.
was one of those dudes, dude? They're still walking around.
Listen,
Evolution hasn't had time to
Yeah.
get rid of those dudes.
You're not wrong. You're not
get-
wrong.
I will get rid of those dudes. We have no place for them.
What are
I'll
you
get rid of
gonna?
those
You
guys.
against a fucking ferret killing, cat strangling, catapult building?
Ben? I'm wounded. I'm wounded by the way you just said that. You think that I couldn't?
They would bend you over.
You
dude.
think that it would and do what? Everybody relax.
they would treat you like the livestock?
Ben, I would.
They were like a
mentally-
chicken where they twist its neck.
Why are you coming after him
Let me-
so
let me
bad
tell you
for guys
something.
who kill cats,
These
dude?
these oafish.
I do love this take that you're like, this is insane. You're like, yes, we should be killing cats. And Nick's like, I don't think so. And you're like, that cat would fuck you up.
I'm sorry.
Ben, those knuckle dragging
backtrack.
oafs, I would construct a device that would kill them so handily, okay? Because that's where my muscle is in the mind, all right? These guys got to be
Are
eliminated.
you allergic? Are you an allergy guy?
I mean,
I think a cat could take you down with some allergies.
No, I live with cats. I
Oh,
got
you do?
over my
Okay.
allergies.
I hear it in your
with
nose.
cats.
That's why I was like-
that's just straight like springtime pollen. It'll be the trees that get me. The animals. I have. Listen. My stewardship over the animals is incredible. The animals and I have such a special connection.
I love when you get into a good bit like that. Because everything about you turns into Trump, and you're just not doing the voice. It's
true.
fucking
The hand,
perfect.
everything.
Well, that's
It
why. And let me tell you, I've always been that. I was that way before him.
Yeah,
which is
no,
why.
it's,
Which is why
it's
like,
you. He's a
see-
kindred spirit,
Ever
dude.
since a little boy, Nick was grabbing them by the pussy.
I see him and I'm like, I like this guy. I always have. I even still like. I can't bring myself because like sometimes people will check in. They're like, Nick, you don't really like Trump. I'm like, I didn't vote for him, but I'm not gonna say I don't like him.
I don't like him. I embody him.
I see what he's doing. I'm like, that's how you. If I was gonna do it, that'd be how I do it.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
It says MS-13 clear as day on his knuckles. Did you see that? Where
That
he's just
was
going for
amazing.
like 30. Yeah.
It was so good.
No,
Nuts.
And he keeps bringing him back to it. Yeah.
no. When he gets into it with a reporter, it's incredible because like he wants to yell. Honestly, it reminds me a lot of like my grandfather, just or like any old person that like doesn't want to accept it. Like, no,
Yeah.
but did you see? Listen, look, did you see?
Yeah.
We have a picture right here. No, he's the best, man. I fucking,
How often do you and your girl fight about Trump?
We don't fight about Trump
Yeah.
because I'll just
She knows not to bring it up.
Yeah.
because
Right.
she'll get upset about Trump and also like truthfully it's not like I like love all of his politics.
No, I know, but even sometimes being like, that's funny. Be like, are you serious? Like,
No, she'll.
you know what I mean?
No,
They'll, like, you'll catch that a bit.
I can't tell you the truth of the matter,
Okay.
but because I'm trying to be
Nick,
good.
you said you were being good. No African voice, no Trump.
I'm trying so hard to be
Yeah.
good. But she does find some of it funny.
Yeah.
But man, it's the heat. Listen, I forget what I was gonna say.
Yeah. No, I didn't mean to put you on the spot or get you in trouble. I was just
No.
curious.
Well, no, it's more just like I watch him and I literally forgot what I was gonna say. I had some point to tie it all together.
You don't need a racist girlfriend, but you need a girlfriend who can appreciate a little racism.
Right.
You know?
In theory, I
need a
disagree.
connoisseur.
In theory, hypothetically, I disagree with every policy that he wants to implement and everything about him. But then when he's on my TV screen, I'm just like, come on, all right, I'll watch.
Yeah.
It's like if I, it's like I love him the way that I love Homer Simpson.
Yes.
I mean,
Damn, dude. Okay. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That's actually like a
It's
perfect
like we don't
fucking
listen. It's like
That is
comparison.
Homer's,
poetic.
I don't want Homer Simpson to run the country, but if he was, I don't think I would be like that upset. You know?
Yeah, dude. Just watching him hit his head on something all the time. Yeah.
He's my best. He's been on my TV for the past 40 years. He's my best friend.
Reopening
I
Alcatraz
have a
is a Homer
parasocial
Simpson
relationship with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's my come down. That's crazy.
Oh my god, I did love, dude. Did we talk about like him meeting with like Zelensky?
Yeah, we already talked about
Yeah,
that. How
we
about him
talked about it?
opening Alcatraz, dude?
Yeah,
Did he
that's
do it?
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
or
opened it?
He's talking about bringing
He's
back
talking about
Alcatraz,
doing it,
like
but-
legit talking
Yeah.
about
This
it.
is why he's awesome because Trump just wants to bring back like the golden age of movies.
yeah.
Dude, he's deporting a lot of fucking like not gang members,
Well, hey,
That's true. It's not
and they're
good,
going.
yeah.
They're not just going to prison. Like they're going
to a country, a prison
concentration
in a
camps.
country that they're not even
Yeah.
from. Yeah, it's
and
crazy.
he's also deporting people who are here, like
Yeah.
what's it called?
legally. They've got legal
Yeah.
status.
Well, like when they're applying for their green cards, he's deporting them, which is insane. Like that's crazy.
Listen, I'm conflicted about saying this many bad things about the president. so unfortunately, I have to change the topic. No, I'm kidding. There was a crazy thing about that, though. One of the guys who got deported, it was because his GPS routed him to like a U.S. military base, and there they picked him up and deported him. And
Wow.
there's like, I don't know if the GPS. I can't remember if like Palantir was like tied into this somehow, but there were people on Twitter like sharing these stories about like their GPS is also like routing them through military bases. And this one guy was like, "Yeah, my dad has like a GPS that like sometimes it gives him a route. Like it's happened to him 5 times. It tries to make him drive through a military base, and like the 3rd time it happened, the guy at the the checkpoint was like, "Yeah, we get these like 5 times a day. We have no idea why." It's just
damn.
like what?
We get these as in Mexicans.
we get these. We get people getting routed through our military base.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, it's just kind of a funny thing. And
That's
it's like,
wild.
What?
That's crazy.
What's going
He's
on
like,
there?
he's like, oh, that actually worked. It's an app we built 5 years ago.
It's like, do you guys remember? This is completely like unrelated, somewhat related to the military base. Made me think about that when like that Facebook group a couple years ago of like let's storm Area 51,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
like
yeah.
10 million people were like going to
Yeah, where
storm
were you?
Area 51. What do you think ever happened with that?
I was there.
Were you
I
there?
think like 110
Front lines, baby.
Yeah.
I think like
I'm kidding, I wasn't.
110 people showed up at Area 51, and
Yeah.
they're like, "No shot,
Right.
We'll fucking kill you." with
But I
AR
mean, in
and stuff."
theory, it would work. Like
Yeah.
10 million
10,000.
people going there, right?
Oh,
10,000
yeah, yeah.
I mean, even what are they going to do, right?
I mean, that might be the time to deploy the the anti-gravity
That's
devices
fair.
that they have.
Yeah.
That's fair. But then you see it.
That's probably when they want to like.
But if you want to know that bad that you're willing to storm Area 51, and the last thing you see is the anti-gravity machine
Yeah.
coming up, couldn't you die a happy person? Then?
They like unveil like an obelisk. That,
Here,
like,
I got a good
obliterates
one.
you. But yeah, you're right. Like,
you know, like
Would you prefer to have parents who stormed the Capitol or parents who stormed Area 51? What are the pros and cons of each?
It's a tough Thanksgiving regardless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
The Area 51 parents let you smoke weed and do drugs in the house, but they've never bought you like new clothes.
I mean, it's
And
I
then
think
like
it's
the
this-
storming the Capitol parents are like they bought you a fucking car, but they're like emotionally bankrupt.
I think there's more crossover than you think because a lot of the storming the Capitol people were like
yeah.
idiots like who were into like psychedelics and you know.
like the horns guy, he would have done both.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
just
The
I think
guy
he's,
from-
that guy's just about it.
Well,
He's
that,
about a
the
good
guy
time.
from
deep a
Mr. Show.
conspiracy.
Jay Johnson from Mr. Show and Bob's Burgers stormed
Yeah.
the Capitol.
Oh, really?
I think that's an example of just being too extroverted for your own good. You know,
No, I think he got into meth. Apparently, is like what one of his old co-stars was saying. He started
Which one is
smoking
meth
Jay
is a
Johnson.
honeypot.
Jay
for
Johnson
extroverts.
he's one of like the main. Did you watch Mr. Show?
Not
He's Jimmy
much.
Pesto or was Jimmy Pesto on Bob's
Oh
Burgers.
no shit!
Isn't that the one
Okay.
where Jimmy Kimmel did blackface?
I don't know. That was the Man Show where he did Karl Malone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man Show and Mr. Show was David Cross.
Mr. Show is David Cross. And, I mean, another guy who
And
was
the
not
Man
afraid of
Show
doing
was-
blackface.
Yeah.
or
Seriously.
saying the N word.
Man Show was Joe Rogan and Jimmy Kimmel, and then it was Doug Stanhope and Joe Rogan for a little while. right?
Corolla and Kimmel.
Yeah. I was
Oh,
gonna say.
Corolla and Kimmel,
Isn't Corolla like a hard
Rogan and Stanhope were after.
Were
They the Man
afterwards,
Show's
okay, yeah,
second
yeah.
iteration.
Yeah.
I used to watch the Man Show on the reruns on G4.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah, me
G4,
too.
dude. That was remember when Olivia Munn was on that shit.
Attack of the Show.
Yeah, I had a
Yeah,
big
dude.
crush on her.
Dude, I was such a dork. I would just watch. Like, G4 had this show where it was like, it wasn't even a review. It was called Cinematech. It was just like 10-second clips of like video games I had never played.
Yeah.
It comes on at like midnight. I was like, this is the best
That's
thing.
just like YouTube reels ahead of
It
its
was.
time.
It was.
It
It
was
literally
fine,
was.
yeah.
And then they would do Cinematech nocturnal emissions where they would only show like sexy games. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Damn,
All right.
that is Mariana Trench.
Oh,
of
yeah,
fucking
dude.
content right
That was
there,
good
dude.
TV. That's what you want. You don't
Watching
want-
somebody else
You don't want YouTube shorts.
play
You
a
want
simulated
fucking-
sex game.
You want television programming of 10-second
I think
snippets
the
of porn
zenith
games.
the zenith of content. I think the singularity is a black guy reacting to a video of somebody watching somebody play a sex video game.
Yeah.
When that happens, time's gonna start going
I mean,
backwards.
they will.
Yeah.
We are that close because they were doing like for a while. Channels, they were doing this thing called like. They were rerunning sitcoms and they would cut to like a family watching the sitcom. They were like rerunning sitcoms like this where it was like, oh man.
Are you guys aware of the whole black guy reacting genre?
Of course, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah,
A
dude.
bunch of them
One of the
pretending
best-
they've never
They're-
heard Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
dude.
they
Not
react
pretending,
to,
dude.
React to Korn, Woodstock '99,
Some of
to
them are
Metallica,
pretending.
Enter
Ben,
Sandman.
You can tell if they're pretending.
They are pretending because like it'll literally be like black guy hears Back in Black by AC/DC for the first time. It's like you would have had to not watch commercials. Like you would have had to like
Yeah.
miss like
Back in Black by AC/DC is crazy, but like when it's like they're listening to Pink Floyd or Led Zeppelin, like I could totally fucking
because that stuff is designed to it's like to catch boomers. It's like a fly trap for boomers.
But also,
dude.
there's like a whole people could live in a whole. You can live right next to somebody and have a. No, I'm serious because it's like
no, but I think the end game of those videos is like black guy reacts to your white penis and he's like, "Wow, it's actually pretty big. It's actually really similar to mine."
yeah,
That's what those guys want. That's what the commenters want. They're like, "Look at this well-spoken young man appreciating fine white penis."
yeah.
dude.
It starts with like 50 Cent talking about Eminem.
You wouldn't expect him to get it, but look.
Oh, I like the one where he shows his dad. Like he'll show his dad like new like hyphy shit. Like he'll get his dad into like Travis Scott or something. And his dad's like, "Whoa, I like this," but his dad's like one of those
He's an old head.
like thin tan guys who wears Vans and he's like 60.
Calls you young blood.
Yeah.
Oh, what's this? You put. That's right. You put me onto that Kendrick stuff.
Oh, that's what YN means?
yeah.
I've been saying it all week.
It's got a good beat, but I don't know about some of the lyrics.
Yeah.
We need some more positivity in the community.
Yeah.
I guess Kendrick is pretty positive. He'd be more upset about he'd be upset about what, XXX Tentacion.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
I do. Whatever happened to positive rap, right?
I hate it, dude. Okay, we have like that emo rap shit because it's having a new like heyday.
Is it?
You guys remember like Atmosphere?
Yeah, well,
That
that's
was kind of-
idea and ability. All
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah,
I like-
kind of Immortal Technique.
I listened to that the Atmosphere shit like twice maybe, and then hated it ever since. I liked it 2 times, and now at work, there's this whole fucking that's like the top 40 shit now is like the industry gave up on like you need street cred to rap, I guess, somewhere in the last few years, and now it's just dudes rapping about how they're trying so hard to get famous, like,
Right.
and if they're not white, they sound white, and they're just like, and it'll be like talking about missing your dad and shit. It's like, what the fuck is this, dude?
So I'm very corny
Talk
with
about
my
getting shot.
with my hip hop tastes, and I really like Nujabes. I don't know if you guys know.
I love Nujabes.
Okay, so
Why is that corny?
Because it's well, here's why it's corny. Because I was like, well, there's a little cred because like Nujabes, obviously his beats are amazing. It's like
doesn't have-
proto.
yeah.
It's like proto lo-fi hip hop, and then like some of the rapping on it is really good. And but then you watch. I didn't realize. I assumed all the rappers were black. Most Japanese guys you've ever seen in
Yeah.
your lives.
Yeah.
It's like they're the most Asian people. I mean, they sound like black guys, and then you see them and you're like, oh my god, this is what I'm listening to. Nobody can know that
Yeah.
I'm listening to this.
But is that like?
I think
is that like
Asian-
so far back that it is like positive rap? Like it's still like kind of like '90s type rap. Like it hasn't hit.
Yes, it's
you know
very
what I mean?
positive.
Yeah,
It's all about like keeping your head up and like going through like
They're Uyghurs.
yeah they're Uyghurs.
YWs.
Yeah, they're YWs.
It is funny. Like I feel like we're all about. I don't know. You and me are the same age. I think we're all about the same age. But like we saw at least in high school, it was like music started to get like kind of horny, right? Like rap,
yeah.
like a little bit. It was like
I mean-
euphemisms, right? You know what I mean?
I mean, R. Kelly was like,
Yeah.
For sure, but I'm
that.
saying like Cyclone, like shit, like a song like that,
yeah,
like it
yeah,
come on like a high school dance, you know what I mean, or like
apple bottom jeans.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
But it was still kind of like innocent a little bit, you know what I
Okay,
mean?
sure.
And I feel like now it's just like, dude, wet ass pussy, like
Yeah.
It's
get
crazy.
get any more direct than that, you
Yeah.
know? So it's kind of funny, or even just like when we were younger, it was all like, let's party, right? Like Lil Jon shots, like let's get fucked up, neon
Yeah.
type stuff, and now it is like that. World sucks. I'm gonna take bars, kill myself type. You know,
I remember,
There's no
like-
point to this. It's just like an observation I've had the
It
last
feels
day.
a little bit of post-apocalyptic,
Yeah.
but that's
Yeah.
what makes it cool.
For sure.
Because you're listening to it and you're like, this is like, yeah, it like hits in a post-apocalyptic way. Almost.
Right.
When I was at like my most noided, I hadn't moved to Los Angeles yet, but I would like like paranoid, like feeling
Yeah,
like there's
yeah.
like conspiracy. I would listen to like Top 40 radio, and just like the way that the songs were like produced and mixed, I was like, this is an MK Ultra. I was like, these are designed to like erase the brains of everybody under the age of 23
Yeah.
and make them like hypersexual zombie. Like I was literally like, I would listen to songs and be like, there's binaural beats in this that are like, designed to, make people
It's like the
insane.
speakers under the pillow whispering Robin Thicke lyrics to you.
And then I came out of that, but now I'm like, I don't know, maybe I was onto something.
I don't know.
It does feel like music has gotten so retarded.
There's like good shit happening now, but it's like there's no way for the good musicians to make any money
Yeah.
now.
Well, everyone also talks about like AI with art or whatever. It's like, dude, if you listen to these lyrics or any country song feels like it's ChatGPT
Yeah.
written. Like,
Yeah.
But that's
beer,
been
blue
for a
jeans,
while.
trucks, right? It's like
Yeah.
anyone can fucking write that.
That's been like the Garth Brooks, Luke Bryan, all
Totally.
that. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it really started with like fucking. If you want to, I feel like it was like Alan Jackson, like those guys in the late '80s who just like made country like horrible.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like George Burns and Willie Nelson and Blaze Foley. Noah got me on Blaze Foley.
Well, that is like, dude, you listen to country music in the '70s, and
Johnny
then
Cash.
and then you jump
Johnny
forward.
Cash, shout
Johnny
out.
Cash is amazing. Towns Van Zandt.
Yeah.
Then you jump forward 20 years, and you're like, oh my god! Like, well, what happened was
Yeah.
like, country started trying to like
happened was-
emulate what had happened was, country started trying to like emulate rap.
Yeah.
While all simultaneously being insanely racist.
Yeah.
But like, there's literally like. what's that one fucking video?
Try and be braggadocio. They were trying to be braggadocio. You can't
Try that in a small town. Is that what you're talking about?
No, not Try That in a Small Town is one of them, but there's one where it's like Country in the Club or something like that. It's the guy who's got like
I've seen that.
and he's literally like a hip hop video,
Yeah.
but it's just like white women wearing like booty shorts and shaking
Yeah.
their asses. And it's just
You know what? There has to be music though for like empty hot people. You know what I mean? Like that. There's a whole like you go to a country concert.
I know
this is wrong. I know there are
people
people
didn't used to be this empty, and I think that like the music. I think like sorry to get on my soapbox. I think that like the degradation of music and movies and culture has made people more empty than they would be otherwise.
I push back on the movies. I think there's good movies being made still.
Yeah,
Nobody's
I'm with
seen
you.
them.
I think the hot people music, what you're going on, that's just EDM. There's
Yeah.
no substance. I mean, that's
Well,
just let's
I
take
think-
drugs. I'm a hot girl. I'm going to Miami.
I think EDM can be because it's like there's a crowd service element to EDM.
Yeah.
Where and I like dance music for that reason. There's a function to it.
For sure.
And there's a metric where it's just like it either makes you dance or it doesn't. And if you're on drugs, if you're on those drugs doing that, it's the perfect music.
Right, totally.
Funnest time.
You're dancing, but like if you're like that's my favorite, I think you're dumb.
That is crazy. Anybody who's really into EDM, I know people who are into EDM who have never taken Molly, and
Yeah.
I'm like, you gotta go.
My girlfriend likes EDM. Gotta
Yeah.
be careful.
It's like
Well-
you said this. You're like, if you got addicted to cocaine, you're retarded. I think if you love EDM and you've never taken Molly, you're retarded.
I
Like,
think anybody
that's my
who can
take.
afford to get addicted to cocaine will probably get addicted to cocaine. It's a
We don't have to
money
rehash
firewall.
We don't have to rehash this, but like I'll listen to EDM music and I'll listen to it and be like, oh, this would be really good if I was rolling right now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm not, so I fucking
Yeah.
hate
Well,
it.
and
Dude,
I-
like, are you just sitting in an Excel workbook at work listening to EDM? Like, it's fucking insane. That's MK Ultra right there.
That's MK Ultra.
That's
for
me
sure.
going, this isn't so bad. The
And
next
that's
40
what-
years
I
are
could
great.
see it. That's
I don't know,
where
it
it
would
works.
make everything feel like an action movie.
It's good for
though.
getting
That
work
would-
done, like hacking, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
When I
but
hack-
you don't want EDM for that though. You want like orbital.
Classical.
You
For
want
me,
like
I'd be a
real-
classical music.
I want
hack.
Well, like
Johnny
acid
Cash
house.
singing about a long lost lover.
I'm listening to
The Ring of
Vivaldi
Fire
while
while
I
I'm
hack
cracking the
into the
mainframe.
Pentagon.
I mean, there is the funny thing about all that is like the music that even with EDM, like the music where it like. What are they like? Those factory records bands, like all the bands that became acid house, they were like post-punk bands,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then you had like the Happy Mondays and like the origins of that is like great. It's great music, and then
Yeah.
it literally just became shit where it's like you need to take a drug to enjoy this.
Do you know what I think part of it is with EDM? And I also part of this is me being more open to it because I did just start dating somebody who's into
likes
it. But
EDM.
it's like, and my friends used to all go to shows and shit. Like the whole culture of like going to shows and EDM shows or whatever. I think the reason that they listen to that music all the time is because you go to these shows with like your friends and you make these core memories where you're also like on Molly and drugs
Yeah.
and having the best time.
Totally.
And then whenever you listen to that music, it takes you back there. Like
Entirely.
so, I
but
think
that's any
what it
genre.
is.
That's
I
like
guess
that's
that's true,
hardcore punk. That's anything, right? Like of
Yeah,
that.
I love punk. There's a
you
lot
know.
of cool punk coming out of Australia right now.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Speed.
Yeah,
Well-
Ammo and the Sniffers.
I like and that's a little bit of what we're talking about too, and it has to do with like personal preference. Because in my mind, like punk music and hardcore punk music is just dance music too, and like a lot of the lyrics with. And like I like punk, I'm not a big fan of EDM, but it is dance music. It's just more violent and some of the most retarded fucking lyrics of all time.
Oh, terrible.
Totally.
Like just absolutely fucking awful.
You're
so
not
it's
wrong.
Not and it's people consider it substance because it's what they're relating to. People consider a lot of things to do with the EDM experience like massively spiritual. You know what I mean? Because they're connecting to a ton of people at the same time. It's all about feeling. There aren't lyrics, so it is completely up to your interpretation of what you're feeling in your own body. So it's the same. It's the same thing, but it's like,
This is making me want to do drugs.
Punk
so-
is all like,
Dude, you're not wrong. I was gonna say because when you're at a punk show and you see just like fucking 5 of the biggest stereotypical incels two-stepping in the pit, you're like, dude, what are you doing? Like,
See,
come on,
yeah.
like this is dumb.
you just want to hit people.
Yeah,
That's
I
what it
see
is.
that, and then I'm like, I have to go home to my fucking girl, and she's like,
Yeah.
how was it? I'm like, well, I saw a fucking fat ass two-step in the
should've put
pit
together-
to a band you've never heard in a band that will never commercially ever make it. So
I should have put together. You're a hardcore guy.
I am a hardcore
yeah,
guy, yeah,
dude.
yeah.
You got the tight
Yeah, yeah.
pants. You got the Vans
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
the Dickies
Yeah,
shirt.
yeah.
Fugazi?
dude.
Fugazi guy?
Yeah.
I mean,
Fugazi, Fugazi.
yeah. I wish I
I
saw
was,
who just came through the salt shed. Fuck, who was it?
I need
It
to
was
go to South Shore.
Oh,
they do what is it? It's the
I just saw this too.
I hate
talking
punk
about?
shows. I would rather go to an EDM show.
The Shape of
even though
Punk to Come. That's
Refused.
Yeah, Refused just came. I wish I
yeah.
saw them. Yeah.
Okay.
Refused are amazing.
I like Minor Threat a bit better too than
Yeah, I like
Fugazi,
Minor
but
Threat's
yeah,
great.
yeah.
I like
Descendants,
Fugazi better,
Descendants
but I do
too,
love
but
Wire, forgot. I like the
I like
old
Waiting
shit
Room,
too,
though.
like the Sex Pistols.
I
and
don't
the
dislike
Clash.
Fugazi. I just like Descendants
I gotta-
more.
I meant to
Minor
send
Threat
you
more.
guys
The Fall.
band.
Do you like the Fall?
Fall.
Never heard of
I
The
like
Fall.
that like broken jaw, weird, buzzy. punk
It's
shit.
more like early. It's like categorized as post punk, but
Yeah.
it's pre-hardcore
Yeah.
shit.
Guided
Like
by
I mean, technically
voices.
everything
Yeah.
now is like post-punk
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
way, right? Like-
Genre doesn't really. It's pointless to put things.
Well,
in
that's the other
genre.
thing.
Well,
It's
it's
like-
fun though, because I've been inventing new. Like well, I'm sure I'm not the person to
Brother,
say
you've
this,
been
but
inventing. You've been inventing new music genres.
I think post surf is becoming a genre.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's funny. There is a band that I've been listening to. They only put out like a few records. They were an LA band, but they weren't like part of. They were kind of like separate from the scene. You guys ever listen to Agent Orange?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
great, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's like surf rock
Yeah.
hardcore. It's
Well,
crazy.
that's where all the punk shit came from. I mean, Dead Kennedys is like straight up surf music
Yeah.
a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like Holiday in Cambodia, that's a surf riff.
There's a
you
band
know?
called Guantanamo Baywatch that I really like.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shannon and the Clams ish. I think they're more like garage.
Yeah,
like
they're
doo-wop.
not really punk.
But yeah, dude, I really the guitar at least I'm hearing it
Yeah.
everywhere.
But here's the thing, right? And that's what I think you're spot on, Noah, about like EDM and punk. It is the same because like people that are super into EDM are like, this isn't house music. This is
Yeah.
deep house techno, like post
Yeah, yeah.
whatever. Just like with hardcore, people are like, dude, this isn't punk, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this
But
is.
But it's
Yeah.
way cooler.
and they
to,
like really autistic
like,
with the genre about it.
And
you
there's
know?
something measurable about it. That's where I think separates it from like that trash country.
Yeah.
Like with EDM, like if it's like a wine, you could be like, all right, the bass hits.
Right.
Like I want to feel this much bass like in my body or the drop
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, all this stuff, like the transition. Because a lot of that EDM shit is also following DJs and shit. It's a very social music.
Mm-hmm. True.
following. It's very tied to
I think
like,
my only argument, and again, I am partial to it because I do like punk music, is that like it at least feels a bit more soulful than EDM because like there is at least some genres a pretty positive mental attitude
it can
associated
be a
with
lot
it.
more
Right?
coming out of a human
self-aware,
being.
Yeah, yeah.
too. It can be a lot more self-aware too, because like if you see a guy who gets off work at the post office and he goes to a hardcore show and gets his frustration out, and
Yeah.
he bonds with people, he dances, he has a good time. That's like, all right, this guy got off work. If he goes to an EDM festival, sweats his balls
Right.
off, and goes into a K-hole, like
Well,
you're
also-
like, that's fucking.
Half the people at a
Like-
hardcore show, if they're
like,
truly
you
hardcore, it's
should-
like straight edge.
But I would
right? I mean,
rather-
it's just
You
I-
should never
the
ever
thing-
be talking about how the bass hits your body. Okay,
Yeah.
let me.
that is a chick thing to say. That is like a
should
big
not-
like the
Ben?
bass hit me.
First of all, two things. One, you sat on that for a solid 2 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
because I was really
First of all,
absorbed.
Yeah.
second of so if you're gonna say something, say it. Don't
That's true.
don't
That's
let it
true.
I
steam.
was,
Don't sit
Ben,
on
I
it.
was,
Second
I
of
was
all-
waiting
second
for-
of all-
I wanted my words to have impact. Okay.
Second of all, that wasn't on behalf of myself. I don't like to make straw mans. I'm not an EDM guy. I like punk but I will say, like the people at the like electronic shows and the EDM people, fucking. I don't know if it's because they're all on drugs, but nicest people ever.
Yeah.
They'll help you find your friends.
Oh,
They'll
dude,
give you
because they're all on
water.
drugs. It's
Brother, if I
100%.
had the
Dudes
choice,
at
if I had
punk
the choice to
shows-
be in a punk band or be the world's biggest DJ, you best believe I'm picking the DJ.
Oh, I'd be
Are
in-
you
yeah,
kidding?
definitely.
To have the hottest women in
I'd
the
be in a
world
punk band.
adoring me versus having me adore me as a punk band?
Well,
like, are you fucking
it
kidding
would
me?
be so much
not
more
just
fun to be
that,
in a punk
but
band.
like
the money, like you're never gonna commercially make it as a punk band.
But-
let's be honest. Like,
or you may Avicii. That's the
I-
dark.
Avicii?
Avicii's the dark side.
did you see the conspiracy coming out about it?
That somebody killed Avicii?
They killed him.
What?
Because he was doing a documentary about the child sex trafficking.
Oh, just like the guy from fucking Linkin Park.
Yes,
and,
exactly.
yeah.
They're saying it's all combined. Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like being a DJ is almost like being a voiceover actor. Like technically you're the guy, but I don't think people really. You don't have the aura. Like if you're
I think DJs get mad pussy and
Yeah.
fucking.
I'm not saying
like-
they don't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I would rather be like I would feel better about myself as an artist if I was the lead singer.
Yeah, but
Entirely.
DJs don't give a shit about artistry. They give a shit about like perks and fucking.
well, and just going back to like
Maybe they do. I don't know. I have no idea.
just like difference
just
in
trying not to get
fan
in trouble
bases, getting into like differences in fan bases. You're talking about EDM guys will help you find your car. I bought all my drugs from the EDM guys in high school.
Yeah,
That's who I got.
totally.
Some of the nicest people
Oh, yeah.
on the fucking planet.
Were they foreign?
No,
all ours were in high
But
school.
It was like I don't know, like hippie chicks who would wear prosthetic elf ears and would buy research chemicals off of the dark
The
web.
plur,
you know?
the plur crowd.
The flip side is
Yeah,
they'll-
peace, love,
they'll
unity,
just-
respect.
they
She could
will-
be a 10 if she shaved her legs.
Dude, yeah.
They'll sell you
Why do you
shit
have
that'll,
dreadlocks?
that'll
On your
absolutely
legs.
kill you. They'll sell you the most dangerous drugs, and we're like, okay, have fun.
Or no,
Yeah,
you'll go,
well,
what-
I would do
you'll go,
those
what is
drugs
this?
and be like, well, just a heads up, this put my friend in the hospital last week. But you know, fucking, if you asked like a hardcore kid to help you find your car, you know, there's like a 50-50 chance that they're like an autistic pedophile.
That's what I'm
you
saying.
know, like with brass knuckles.
It's like it is
you know?
a Reddit thread at a hardcore
Yeah.
show. That's
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
is.
See,
Versus EDM show is fucking
Everybody.
all the Instagram models online, right?
Yes.
Like that's what it is.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
feel like
difference between
it's
the
hard.
two.
As a woman, it would probably be hard to have fun at a punk show. Like, maybe not hard to have fun, but you can't do the full experience. Like,
There's girls who fucking get
there's
into it, dude.
stocky dudes throwing elbows in the fucking crowd at punk, and that's why I can't do it. Because I can do standing, listening to music, or are we fighting? But I don't like the in between where it's like, okay, so the context is that this is fun and this isn't serious and no one's mad or whatever. But the reality is that you just threw your elbow like at
Totally.
my face.
I
I don't know how to
I'm
process
not.
that.
I'm not dipping in the pit. I'm in the back now. I'm
This
enjoying.
actually I saw Agent Orange. I saw them open for Jello Biafra for Jello Biafra's like I don't know if it was like his 60th birthday show at Bottom of the Hill in San Francisco, or it wasn't Bottom of the Hill. I don't know where it was. It was some venue in San Francisco, and some like 50-year-old like old head like old hardcore guy. I got my arms pulled out over me over a guy. I basically got reverse tabletopped, and some 40-year-old dude just started punching me in the kidneys. it was just like full fit. I was like 14.
And that guy doesn't do
Yeah.
drugs.
Then,
No,
then
yeah.
after the show, did he come up and he was like, "Great mosh, brother," like and tapped you
Oh
up?
no, I never saw him again.
Yeah.
But
No,
there
rave
was-
kids would never do that.
Yeah.
Someone will come up and start playing with your hair.
It's
at
true.
Like,
They'll
Yeah.
start massaging your back.
Yeah.
Which is like, do you want to get hit or do you want to get raped?
I was gonna say, yeah,
That's-
people do.
I mean,
People
you're
do.
not, that is the EDM versus hardcore. Yeah.
do you want-
Entirely. It's
blunt force trauma or just like
it's like, hey,
unwanted
some
touching.
guy's gonna put you on his shoulders and try to finger you, or
Yes. Yeah.
you're gonna be a 14-year-old catching an elbow in the eye and it's
You know,
gonna cut
I
you
think,
open.
Exactly.
I think there's
Entirely.
guys trying to finger you across the board.
Yeah,
If we're, really, if
that
we're
is-
honest about it,
if there's a scene, there's going to be a guy with sneaky
For sure.
fingers,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
with
true.
just
Yeah.
making a creepy crawly at
Yeah.
you.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know?
the, wall,
Yeah.
the perks of being a wall finger.
Yeah.
That should be the title of the episode. That's a great line right there.
That is the title of the episode.
Perks of being a wall finger.
When do you have to go? Do you? Because this flew
I'm not.
by.
I'm not
fine,
doing
Hooky.
it.
You're not doing it tonight?
No,
Oh.
Harry's running it for me.
Let's go for a little longer then. Can you guys all hang out?
Yeah, I
You
got
good?
plenty of
Zach,
time.
You're good.
I'm good all night.
Can we do? Let's do an African voice encore.
No. We will not
do it.
We will not be doing that. And I love African people. Can I say? I want to go on the record.
If you know of any shows coming up, I would love to go to a hardcore.
Oh yeah,
show.
dude. Me, I got two of my best friends. We go to them all the time. I'll just text you guys. Yeah.
Text me because I haven't been to a show. And the next show I've got planned, I'm seeing the OCs at
Hell yeah.
Oh man,
at Thalia in October.
Hell yeah.
You know,
I'm trying to go
it's
to the Salt
crazy
Shed.
to
though.
see
We
them
should
in
go.
that venue. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
I noticed because there's like seats, right? You're gonna be sitting.
No, they're all they'll take the seats out.
Yeah.
Because it's the same thing. Me and Ben saw them
Thalia,
at
yeah.
me and Ben saw them at Crystal Ballroom, and that's one where they'll put seats in. But
I don't know if this is your speed, but the story so far is playing Salt Shed this summer. Obviously, it's not as
Okay.
hardcore. It's a bit more like pop punk,
Yeah,
but it's
See,
a fun show.
I would go. Pop punk is one of those things. I have a friend who I went to high school with, and it was a constant. He's a sweet boy, and he was always just trying so earnestly to be like, because he'd earnestly look for music to show me that
Yeah.
was like kind of pop punky, and be like, what about this? Like, I think you would like this, and he would like all the shit I like he loves the Strokes. And he'd show me the song, and I just like shit all over
Yeah.
it. And then he would just like come back like the next day, like the next week with like more shit.
Dude,
so he tried.
I know exactly what you're saying. Story so
Yeah.
far, me and my buddy, one of my buddies we go to shows
Yeah,
with,
yeah.
we just literally fucking made fun of for about 4 years. We're like,
Yeah.
he was addicted to lean, okay, like
Yeah.
whatever. He's a lean and he's a pop punk singer, whatever. We go to Riot Fest, we see them. Now we like psyopted ourselves into being
Yeah.
fans. We're like, fuck them, but do you want to go see them again? Like
Yeah.
that's kind of
Yeah,
sick. Like,
Well, I mean, like Built to Spill, I think is like where that's like I like Built to Spill.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's that fucking I don't know anything where the band name is a sentence. I probably don't.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, dude.
I'm with you.
Anything where the band name is a quote from like an '80s movie. There's so many like pop punk bands where it's like the band name is like a quote from like the Goonies.
Yeah, well, I mean, the last pop punk band that I like had an affiliation with or knew at all was Emily's Army. What did they turn it? They turned into Swimmers or whatever. It's Billy Joe Armstrong's son was the drummer.
Yeah.
And they were all a bunch of fucking creeps. And like I know the drummer got canceled. Billy Joe Armstrong's son got canceled for like dating like a 15-year-old or whatever. But
Silly
like
Joe
I was
Armstrong.
like 17, like seeing these guys at shows, and like the lead singer would go up in a shirt that just said feminist,
Yeah.
and I'd be like, "You're a fucking rapist.
Yeah.
Like you're so weird, dude."
Yeah.
Dude,
Like,
this actually, you just brought up a story of mine. It's crazy. So there's this band in Chicago. Well, they used to be a band called the Orwells. Have you guys ever heard of them?
yeah.
They blew up when I was in high school.
Yes.
Oh,
okay.
man, I,
but,
they
like,
came to my hometown and fucked with all the girls.
yeah. So
in
like,
my high
dude, they
school,
got like Me Too'd in Chicago.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
hear that? Okay. So this is an insane story. So I'm out with my two buddies. I'm telling you about.
I sort of know
we're
Mario.
we're in.
Really?
Yeah, no, but tell the story
Yeah, no,
because
so-
I don't really know the.
So me and my two buddies, right? We were out drinking one day, and we just call an Uber to go to a bar. And the conversation we happened to be having at the time was like, how much money do you think like these bands make from touring?
Yeah,
like, you know
yeah.
what I mean? Because we were like just had seen a show like the night before, whatever. So we're like talking or whatever, and like the driver just chimes in, and we're like, hey, like how much do you think they make? And he's like, well, it like kind of depends, blah blah blah. And he gave us like this very specific.
They're getting paid in underage.
Well, we're just like, damn, that's crazy. Like, do you know a lot about music? He's like, yeah, like I used to play. And we're like, oh, did you like tour? He's like, yeah, like I was in a band. We're like, oh, that's cool, man. Like, did you guys do anything cool? And he's like, I mean, we were on like Late Night with Conan. Like, we signed with Universal Records, and he's driving us in fucking Uber.
Yeah.
First off, it was like a 5 Series BMW too. It was a beautiful
Yeah.
car, and we're just like, dude, what's your band? And he goes. Oh, I was in a band called the Orwells. And we go, oh, why aren't you playing anymore? I'd never heard of them. He goes like, we kind of got like Me Too'd a little bit. We're like,
yeah.
why are you telling us this? We just met you. Like, lie. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Was
doesn't
it
give a
Mario or
fuck.
was it another one?
It was the blonde dude. I don't know,
Yeah,
the
it was
blonde
Mario.
hair.
It was Mario.
It was Mario.
It was
Yeah.
Mario. Cuomo.
Mario's
Yeah.
driving your Uber.
Mario
Wow.
picked me up in an Uber.
That's-
And look, like,
Damn.
he didn't like tell us the extent. We literally go to the bar and we look. We're like, they did heinous things apparently. Like,
Yeah.
this is insane.
All
I
those
was
Burger
almost
Records
terrible.
guys,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Burger Records was like
but great.
Burger Records was just like basically a child sex ring.
Yeah, I mean-
it was fucking crazy, and like
Again,
I-
wait, let me say allegedly. Sorry, they
Allegedly,
allegedly did bad things. Legal, I don't know. Yeah.
yeah, dude.
They should just change their names to the Or What's.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
But
did.
isn't that nuts? He was like, yeah, we actually signed a $500,000 record label for Universal and played. And we're like, what are the odds that you picked us up when we're having this conversation right now?
It's so wild because like I have a bunch of friends who are like I was almost in a movie with Mario Cuomo. I have a bunch of friends who are like mutuals with him who like insist he's a good guy, and it was all. But I don't know. Everything I've seen makes me be like I don't fucking know, man.
It was like them and
Yeah.
Fiddler. They were like all the girls in my high school
Oh,
would
dude,
go to the
Fid-
shows and
Yeah.
try and fuck and succeed in
Yeah.
fucking
Brother,
band.
Fiddler.
That's your evidence.
So Fiddler, Zach from Fiddler I like hung out with him. Like I think he was so drunk he didn't remember when they played in Maryland. And
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Jeff the Brotherhood like opened. And then like afterwards, me and my girlfriend like hung out with Zach and the band. And then years later in LA, he started dating the friend. I like showed up to this girl Annie's like 30. It was one of her like 30 something birthday parties, and this guy is there, and I'm like, why I recognize it? Why do I recognize this guy? Lead singer of Fiddler. And then we start talking, and he didn't remember me at all, and then they broke up because I'm not going to say it on the podcast, but like some wild shit went down where it was like, oh okay, so my read on that guy was exactly
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now he works at a pharmacy. He's got syphilis.
Was that true?
No.
No.
I feel like they all kind of end up.
He was
It's like the end of a Scorsese movie with these guys.
He was weird both times I met him. Even when he was sober, he was weird. I was like, this is a fucking weird. He just seemed like he was like always nervous about something.
Do you know what? There is something about that like MySpace era of bands of like for some reason they were like it did breed like this like underage girls are their fans and that's who they love. Like you know what I mean? But what you were saying about high school, like dude, there was like when I was in like 8th grade, there were girls like trying to go to these shows. Like I love him and like they love that they love.
But guys,
them.
imagine like the 70s, like that shit was pro.
That's true too. I mean,
it's been a thing in music.
Bands are
Yeah, who was it?
historically
Mick Jagger
crazy.
got like
No,
he
the guy-
adopted.
The guy from Led Zeppelin had like a sex
It was
slave.
No,
Jimmy
but- no, but-
Page,
no, but,
like Mick Jagger like got like
Oh, it was Steven Tyler.
Steven
He
Tyler,
adopted
yeah, he
the
got
guy.
the
Yeah.
parents to sign over, so he was the legal guardian because she was like 15 or whatever.
That's called
Yeah.
the Woody Allen.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally like just every band.
Yeah.
You can think of Iggy's
Growlers.
Yeah,
David
Iggy,
Bowie.
Iggy Pop
Yeah.
has got a.
But didn't David Bowie sleep with like Keith Richards or something? Who was it?
I'm
In
sure- I'm sure
someone
he
in a
did.
memoir like walked in on the two of them in bed together or
I
whatever.
think when you sleep with
and-
David Bowie, you become 30.
Yeah.
And I think Mick Jagger also like had sex with Richard Pryor. That's the other allegation. But
That's sick, dude.
but no,
I
David
love
he
Bowie
was
that take, though.
12.
I love that take though that they're like they just slept with so many women that they needed to try a man. Like that's what they always say. It's like
No, and they had
I
to
don't think so.
They had to try another like titan of pop culture.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that, like you know, they had. It would be crazy. I will say, if I had the opportunity to fuck Richard Pryor, I'd be like,
You know what I want? Yeah.
This is
I wonder
interesting.
if Richard Pryor actually.
Both of you to assume that you would fuck him and he wouldn't fuck you.
I would not let him fuck me.
Wow,
in
very
Mother
racist
Russia,
of you.
Stephen Pryor fuck
That's
you.
not what's hot about this.
Very,
The
very
hot-
racist of you.
No,
Nick.
no, 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 no.
Very
no, no,
close-minded.
No. It has
I'm
nothing.
saying.
It has nothing to do with the fact that he's black. It's the fact that he was the best comedian,
What you think?
and that he had burns all over his body. That's the part that I like.
You think Richard Pryor
Call
really
him a
fucked all
little
those people,
crack
or people just like saying Richard Pryor fucked people?
I don't know.
Because sometimes I feel like people, it's just like one of those like
He
rumors
does-
that just feels good to say.
I don't think it's true, man. I read
I hear he fucks like every a couple years.
I
he
do,
fucks
I
somebody
do
else.
think I do think he fucked all those people, and that's
He
why
fucked my
God.
middle school math teacher.
dude, my
Posthumously.
8th grade science teacher was a fucking groupie for Rise Against.
Oh no way!
Yeah, dude.
Wild,
she
dude.
was so hot too. And we would always play like, Rise Against, and she would like, and looking back on it, probably just fucking there, you know.
Yeah.
For
On the tour bus getting turned out.
She was so hot too. She was the hottest teacher I've ever seen.
It's crazy.
She definitely,
Thighs
Oh my God.
against.
Yeah.
Thighs against for sure. They definitely pink socked her.
Jesus Christ, dude.
She definitely.
Holy shit, dude. Sometimes you trick
She's
us, and I
listening
feel like
to
you're
this
the
right
like
now.
you're the safe, normal one, and then you say some shit, dude.
What? That's everybody knows what that is.
No, you're an animal, dude.
That is insane.
You just
You've been a bad boy this episode. I'm gonna tell Twyla.
That's same. She's well aware, dude.
he's like, oh no, pink socks, fair game, dude.
The lady, again, that wonderful lady that I dated when I was young in DC, she was like a groupie for Less Than Jake, which is like, if you,
Yeah.
and also she like fucked everybody in the blood, or no,
The Bloodhound Gang?
she was like a groupie for the Bloodhound Gang. I don't know if she fucked everybody in
say
the
the
Bloodhound
Bloods.
Gang.
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
Bloodhound Gang? That's Foxtrot?
You and me, baby, we ain't nothing but mammals.
Animals.
Yeah,
Let's do it like
yeah.
they do it on
They're
Discovery
great, dude.
Channel.
She was
Yeah,
like she would tell me stories where she was like, yeah, she was like 16. She was like, yeah, I woke up on the Less Than Jake like tour bus.
Jesus.
I'm like, this is crazy, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Apparently there's a song
Less
about her.
than legal.
Apparently there's a Less Than Jake
for real.
song about her, but you know, no.
I've just been doing gay
What a
word
fa-
association this whole fucking episode.
I like it. It's been hitting.
Thanks, dude. We should keep this guy around. Just come back next episode.
But
I need support.
yeah, it's crazy. No, being a lady is crazy because you can just like you literally just can, if you like a band, you can just like have every single one of their penises like in your butt, pussy. and
Not
mouth.
even if you want, like if you're not careful.
Yeah.
You have to actively steer clear of the.
You're right.
You
True.
could just
Yeah. That
was
zone
my-
out.
Yeah.
and stumble
I think,
into it.
I think like every, with the exception of my wonderful girlfriend right now, I think like literally every serious girlfriend I had like has some story where it's like, oh yeah, I fucked like a famous.
Yeah. Dude, a girl from my high school fucked MGK.
That's crazy.
And like proved it, like she like has a photo with him, like a selfie, and like put it as her. Because
Bunch
again,
of girls at my high
she does
school
that shit where
fucked,
like she says that, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's a rumor. Nobody fucking believes you." And then she like made it her Facebook profile picture. And you're like, holy shit! Like, you are telling the truth. Like,
Wait,
this is crazy.
like penetration picture on Facebook?
no, I don't.
just,
Just
like,
like a
them
selfie
together.
of them like backstage, but
okay.
no, that would be
I'm gonna
wild.
start saying I fucked MGK.
Yeah.
that is so crazy. It's like, do you even like the music or do you just
My kill
like,
shot.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's brutal when you date somebody who like. Thankfully, I've never dated somebody who like fucked a band that I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be awful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're like, I wanted to have sex with him. That's how you feel.
What
you
did he smell like?
No, but no, it's always been like I've had a girlfriend tell me that she used to fuck a guy, and I'm like, well, that band's terrible. So
Yeah.
that's good. You know.
Well,
I think it's just any guy. Like I know it's like, but just know, like I just can't think about. You know,
If you had a girlfriend who fucked Julian Casablancas,
thinking about.
would you listen to The Strokes still?
Yeah, yeah.
You would?
I think if she had the opportunity and didn't, that would be a red flag. If she was single,
Really? Every
interesting.
time you heard someday, you wouldn't think about the head of his penis.
no, I'd probably be like, can you introduce me? I'd probably try and like get it, you know, Be like I'm one step of separation away from.
Could I watch you
Be
fuck
like,
him again?
very nice to meet you.
Yeah.
You gave me chlamydia. It's very.
Yeah, maybe it would be cool to be Eskimo brothers when Julian Casablancas. Yeah, dude, look at you. You're a crazy guy.
To go where he's gone? No, but I think I think about my girlfriend having sex with any previous dude. It's like I know it happened, but it's just still. What if his dick was bigger than mine? You know, that's what it always comes down to. I'd rather her fuck a like famous guy who's like half an inch under me,
Right.
than
And she tells
fucking
you.
Joe Schmo who's like a millimeter
And she's
more.
like, you have a bigger dick than
Who's got
fucking-
line cooked
yeah,
dick?
imagine how fucking cool that would feel.
To know that you have a bigger. Well,
Yeah.
because you still don't have the music.
Who's the most famous person?
It's like-
What if like say your girlfriend fucked Elvis back in the day, and she was like,
Your girlfriend's 87 years old now.
no, put yourself, God, suspend your disbelief. You know, yes, and me for a second. I mean, it's the 50s, all right?
Yeah.
You're a racist. You and your girlfriend
Right.
are at an all-white school.
She fucked Elvis.
She fucks Elvis, but then
Damn.
she's like, then you find out that you're longer and thicker than Elvis. And then for the rest of your fucking life, you know that you got Elvis fucking...
But can I tell you, even though if she told you that, nobody believes you. Everyone goes, there's no way you're bigger than Elvis.
yeah, but
you
you
know
have
what I mean?
the aura.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's internal.
That's also. Would your girlfriend fucking tell you? Like, if your girlfriend's like, yeah, Elvis, your cock is so small compared to Elvis. Elvis
Yeah.
Presley,
Yeah.
you think you have a
Yeah.
bigger cock than him?
Yeah.
What are you stupid?
Yeah.
That would. That's
the only
that's
thing
like a
that's-
That's like a
You have a
laughable
heart
reaction.
attack?
You're like, who's bigger, me or Elvis? Like,
Yeah.
haha,
It's-
walk away.
It's you, babe, by half an inch. Yeah.
She's like, yeah.
You're an idiot.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
It's like...
That's what I'm saying.
Sex with Elvis wasn't even good. It wasn't
Yeah.
even really that amazing.
Yeah.
You know, the way he moves his hips, he just didn't do that when he was inside.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
yeah. You would think that he would be like really smooth and
just
good, but
shatters the truth shatters you in your old age. You have a heart attack because it's been keeping you alive.
He
knowing-
actually, and you know, you're actually a better singer than him.
yeah. Yeah.
I love
It's like
that.
his dick is the only thing he didn't steal from black folks.
So this is kind of crazy too. I hate to be the guy like, oh, crazy story, whatever. There's a DJ now. His name's John Summit. You guys know him?
Oh, you're
I
telling me
think I've
this.
heard his name.
I went to college with him. Like
Okay.
I know him. Yeah. He worked at the other bar that was owned by the guy that I own. Now he's like literally the biggest DJ in the world.
Oh, really?
There's this girl who worked at the bar with me. She like was out in Vegas at his pool party. She's trying to be an influencer. She like made a TikTok. She stole a hoodie from him in college after she hooked up with him.
Yeah.
She wore this hoodie to the pool party and made a sign that said, "Remember this hoodie." Like
Oh, damn.
trying to get him to be
Remember
like,
this
"Yeah, oh yeah."
day.
And I'm just thinking like if I was thinking about this the other day of like how insane people are with content of like what they're
Yeah.
trying to do to just be like, yeah, I got bagged by this DJ in college,
Oh,
and now I'm
that's
trying to
wild,
fucking
man.
make content out of it 10 years later.
Also,
It's not as
insane.
bad as the
He
chick who
definitely-
fucked 1,000 dudes in a day.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah,
that?
you know.
right?
Yeah,
I
she
mean,
set the bar pretty high. Sorry, what were you saying, Nate?
Women are tired.
Yeah.
All right. No, I mean, I was going to say, he definitely doesn't remember.
No, absolutely not. But I'm just saying, like, the insanity of the content to be like, I'm gonna like put this, like, I don't know, my relatives follow on me to be like, yeah, I fucked this DJ, and I'm in Vegas trying to show him that he fucked me.
Yeah.
Also, what is he gonna do? He's gonna see that sign and go like, come up here, like,
He's going to
Yeah.
get on. Yeah, it'll be like fucking
get on the
dancing in
microphone.
dark.
Like, this one goes out to you. Like, what? What's the end game? is
What
all
if he
I'm
just
saying.
demands it back? Like,
Right.
He cuts the music off. He's like,
Call
no, I'm
security?
serious.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Have that woman killed.
That's what I'm saying.
Have her taken to the
like, I've been
underground
looking
dungeon
for
in
you, dude.
Hakkasan.
Yeah. The gulag.
Yeah. El Salvador to El Salvador with her. Yeah, dude.
It would be, man, I wish I could deport women from my past. That would be awesome.
Dude, next time somebody brings up the whole being a mom is the hardest job in the universe argument, I'm gonna bring up that thousand in a day lady. Like, you know
Yeah.
what? You think you got?
She got pregnant, too. By sheer statistics, she got pregnant.
1,000
Yeah.
times.
Because it's over, because, like, you're going to hit the 98th percentile or whatever.
sure.
Like,
It's like you drown the eggs, though. It's like when you water a plant too much,
Yeah.
they can't.
it's going to be the
They're
baby.
just smothered.
But also, I feel like, did every dude finish? You know what I mean? Like, or is it just penetration that counted? Because then there's no way that it's
right.
you know what I
How
mean?
are they
Like,
fucking? I mean, I think she might
because
get
just from a
some
sheer numbers, like hours in the
1,000
day.
loads doesn't even fit in a human,
pussy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think she was taking loads in the pussy though.
Jesus.
God bless her, man.
Maybe we should cut it off like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, you know what? That's
Taking loads. Title of the episode: Taking loads in the pussy.
I'm like,
dude.
Jesus, dude.
Dude, sadly, I do.
Dude, Nick is an animal, guys. Don't let him
That
fucking
is
fool
insane,
you
dude.
with his
Have
fucking.
some decorum.
I mean,
With his-
what? Me? What about her? She was the one doing it.
No.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm the fucking.
I didn't
filthy one
realize
in
you were
this.
against the sex positive movement, Nick. Love is love.
And then next week he's gonna start saying opined again and pretend that didn't happen.
Listen, I wasn't casting any kind of like aspersions. I don't give it. Like she can do whatever.
No.
Like
Be yourself.
I am being myself. This is how I talk. Okay. I was just saying it was funny that she thought the birth control wouldn't work when she, you have to cut it off. You have to fuck 97 guys.
I sorry. I just jumped. I'm kind of jumping all over you.
I do. No, I believe me, Ben. I'm doing it to you too. That's all right. Listen, this will end in a bad, bad fight.
No, It's my love language.
I do think that is the episode, though. Keaton, thank you so much for coming on the
yeah,
podcast.
thanks for having me, guys. This is awesome.
We're gonna title this episode "Pussy Full of Cum."
No. If you're watching this, be sure to follow Keaton. He's very funny. We're going to put his Instagram, all his handles in the description of the episode. He's the man. He'll definitely be back on. And leave us a review. Subscribe to us if you're watching us on YouTube. Leave us reviews on Spotify, iTunes. I love reading the comments on the episodes. Thank you guys.
Rate us all on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah, we'll be back next week.